goes back. Comes round whooping and cheering and hollering to Mr. Dante Harker. Hello, I'm Dante Harker. And I was wondering, why am I on this stage right now? And, well, they call my name out, so I mean, it makes sense to be on the stage. Rude to ignore people. But it's mostly because I'm a therapist of the mess with the minds until they give you money kind, not with the touch them until the happy ending kind. It's a different thing. and as a, it's either different, you get arrested for one of them, I think. Or both of them. If you're doing badly, both of them. And as a therapist, with my clients a lot of the time, I work on the idea that I want to broaden their comfort zones. And that's what I wanted to do for me, because I'm back in the village that I grew up in, and it's a tiny, tiny mining village. And it's one of those villages that when if it rains, the internet goes out and you hear all the screams, and then people just stare into space until Netflix comes back on. There's nothing to do in that village. And friends that stayed in the village that never moved away, they'll say things like, "Oh, I don't go out at night. Oh, no, don't drive at night. There's lights. I don't drive at night." Or they'll do, my favourite, is, "Oh, don't go out at night. Knife crimes, like that. So now if I'm out at night and I see Mark who's my friend, and he's driving at night, it's like, Mark's out committing knife crimes. That's what Mark's doing, which is worrying. But I don't want to be like that. I want to be like maybe like David Attenborough. And David Attenborough, they'll stick him on an iceberg at 92, and he'll be like, "No, take me back to the nursing home, it's cold." But they leave, "No, it's the BBC, make us money." But I want to be like David Attenborough, on that wide, broad comfort zone. Now, a few years ago, because there are more crazy people than ever, I'm sure you agree, and that means there's more therapists than ever. And as a therapist, you need a niche. So after many, many drunken nights, I decided I would be a psychosexual therapist. That's the thing. And to do that, basically, you trained for years, but you mostly just need to be able to say vaginal dryness. That's all. In fact, that's literally the exam. You walk into a room and go, "Hello, I'm Dante Harker, vaginal dryness." There's a cream for that. I mean, that's how you become a psychosexual therapist. And what that means is that now my client group are very, very different from what I had before. Because for years, I would have a simple client group, and it's mostly men, and for men, small shops are quite scary. So if you can get a man to go into, say, the worst of all shops, Lush, you know the one, it's full of smelly things that melt, like burning money, it's like that. It smells nice in there, it's that kind of shop. But you go anywhere in Lush, you stand there in Lush, and you look at anything, and a spotty teenager will come running over going, "Do you want any help? Do you want any help with that? Do you want any help?" And you're like that. And you go, "It's a massage bar. No, I don't need any help. I'll have you arrested." And if you can do that, your comfort zone's probably quite wide. Not as wide as my new client group. Now, my new client group, relatively recently, I had a client, and his thing that he wanted help with is the fact that he likes really, really large dildos. And what he does with them, suction cups, is he'll go to a car park, a supermarket car park, put them onto the side of a car, and he'll just back himself onto them and just go to town. I mean, there's not an audience. He doesn't do it for an audience. It's not an animal. It's not like, "Yay, oh, well done, oh, that's great, 10 out of 10, oh, no, 9 out of 10, take an extra inch." It's not like that. I mean, the man's not a freak. To spice this up, he likes to wear a leather puppy mask. Which made me think, is this what my dogs want for Christmas? You mean, we have 2 golden retrievers, and I just think, this would make an excellent present, wouldn't it? Look how woke they would be. Woke, meta, words I don't understand, but they can't speak. So we won't know, so I bought them anyway. It's going to be a fun Christmas, and they'll just eat them, the golden retrievers, that's all they do. So I was wondering with this man, how do I widen this man's comfort zone? Because you mean, broaden it, I don't know what term to use. And I was thinking that he goes to supermarket car parks, so rather than, say, Morrison's, he could go to Waitrose, a fancier car park. And rather than, like, a Kia, and if you go near a Kia, anyway, they go, "I feel menaced," and crumple, he could go on sorry to people who have Kias, don't buy a Kia, that's not my fault. They are terrible, terrible cars. Anyway, he could go and they could find a Jaguar, beautiful Jaguar. And that would be a great car, he'd one-up himself. But what I was really thinking is, you could find a Tesla. I mean, now, Teslas are fancy smart cars. They're like a middle-aged man's wet dream. I mean, they are amazing. They look ugly on the outside. Well, not offensive on the outside, so you can park it anywhere. But they go 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. So it's like, "Marjorie, hold on, we'll make the lights." Boom, and you're gone. Marjorie, like that. Oh, amazing things. But the clever thing about a Tesla is that they have defense mechanisms in the Tesla. So if you, like collision defenses, so if you get too close to a Tesla and you look menacing, the Tesla will move away by itself. So you can imagine my client there with his giant dildo in the Waitrose car park. Come on, I've got you, you bastard, I've got you. Like that. And can you imagine coming back to your car and it's 10 feet away from where you left it and there's a huge dint in there? You'd be livid, wouldn't you? Now, if you have any suggestions for this client, please don't tell me, because that'd be really weird. Anyway, I've been Dante Harker. You have a wonderful evening, and other words. Bye.
Other words. And that is the kind of freedom of expression and clarity of thought that the Laugh That Leads comedy course gives you. Other words! Ladies and gentlemen, would you please put your hands together for our three wonderful performers in that section. For Anthony Brook, for Mark Halliday, and for Dante Harker. Hooray! We have your second and final interval. We ask a couple of things. If you can make sure you take your empties back, then the hard-working and highly trained staff will have something in which to serve you your next drink. Also, if you're curious about the course, there now aren't enough glasses to go round, so wait until the music stops and then swap chairs. It's a different game. If you're curious about the courses, if you point your phone at the QR code, it'll take you to my mailing list and I'll send out details to you. Simple as that. One more time for Anthony, for Mark and for Dante, and we'll see you in about 10 minutes with your next performers. See you soon.